මට කියන්නේ මේක අන්මියුට් කරන්න ඕනේ ඔඩියෝ.
හරි මම දැන්
මේක දාන්න ඕන ඔඩියෝ. ඕලනේ. Okay, so.
අවසල් මේ
Okay, on. Audio.
ඒක එලියට දාමනේ. Make it a mute name.
You should give me a taste.
I'm going to continue behind this. Thank you.
No, not good.
I don't know where this went. I don't know where this went.
This is good. Double protection.
Coastal. Coastal. ABC down plan. ABC.
Vivajantu sambaloko vinasatu mate bhava sankarayo sukhijayo ko bhava.
Please be seated. Please sit down just on the cushions, and we can use the benches just to maintain social distancing. Good morning, everybody. The venerable members of the Mahasangha, we are going to start our official temple opening ceremony, and afterwards we will have our annual happiness ceremony of the Great Lake Buddhist Vihara. Yesterday, last night, we had a wonderful Harith chanting, Spirit Desana, to bless all our congregational members, led by our key sponsors of the Katina ceremony, and those who gathered here, and those who joined us through our temple, Facebook, and so on. So today we have these two parts of the program. First is the official dedication of the Great Lakes Buddhist BV-Fonseka Community Center. Just before we start our formal items for the agenda, with respect, I invite my brother Bante Kusalanyana to deliver the welcome speech.
Members of Mahasangha, dear friends in Dhamma, it is with great respect that I welcome the venerable monks who are gathered here. I will begin with Dhammananda Nayaka Thera. He is from Bangladesh and has been a huge support since the beginning of the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara. With deep respect, I welcome Venerable Bante to this inauguration Katina ceremony. Sitting next to him is Venerable Dr. Surakulame Pemaratana Mampuro. He has been coming to the Great Lakes community, to the Buddhist Vihara for a long time. So he is very well known among our community members. We made the weather good for you, Bante. I hope you like it for you to come. So he has come straight from Pittsburgh without stopping anywhere to avoid any exposure of the COVID virus. Bante, you are very welcome in our community. And next, our Bante Sankitcha, in seniority, he is the next senior monk in the lineage. Of course, Bante is welcome. He has been organizing all these events ever since he returned from Sri Lanka, and he has been a huge support to us resident monks. Welcome, Bante. And next, Bante Balanguda Mettananda Hamguru. We have a long history of mentorship and also friendship. I met him in University of Peradeniya. This was in 2010, I believe. So he was one of my teachers there when he was a demonstrator at University of Peradeniya. And then again, we met here in United States in Pittsburgh. So Bante Balanguda Mettananda has a special place in our heart and also here in the community. Welcome, Bante. And Venerable Bante Kampite Sarananda and Venerable Bante Alupata Dhammaratana are our resident monks at the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara. They have, together with me, they have accepted the Rains Retreat invitation made by our key sponsors and has been doing many things up until this moment to make things go smoothly without any trouble. So let me highlight this, that Bante Sarananda cannot stay without cleaning the temple more than 1 week. He would just go around and find places to clean. So we have to then, kind of join him. Sometimes he rejects our support, but when he does the cleaning, That is only when Bhante Sankicha notices that the temple has been cleaned. Because he does that great job. When we clean, it may be just a little cleaning, but his service, it's it should be spotlighted that he does an amazing job to maintain the Great Lakes premises in such a nicely manner. And of course, Bhante Alupata Dhammaratana Hamduro, he is very gifted in Kirit chanting. It was him who led the chanting yesterday, and he has been visiting the Great Lakes community and the Buddhist Vihara for a long time. And he is highly esteemed among the community here. So welcome, Bhante. And next, we have Upali Mahatma and Kumudini Nola. So you have lifted a huge burden from the temple and from the Great Lakes community by doing such an exemplary work and amazing donation to the community. So you belong here and you will always be remembered. And this brings my attention to the Anathapindika story. He is the one who donated the first vihara to the Buddha and the Sasana. And there is a statement he made. He said, Idam hitam jetavanam isi sandhasa nivesitam avuttan dhamma rajena titi sanjanam mama. He said, this Jetavana has you and many monks living. This makes me so happy to see that image. So he said that after coming back from heaven, he passed away after so many years, and then he came back and said he was illuminating the whole Jetavana with the radiance he had. And he said, just to see you all here and see what is happening here, that makes me so happy. We can't think of any other person when we think of that statement other than you and Kumudini Nola and your family. Thank you so much for changing all our lives. And next, I would like to welcome Disa Mahatma, our Vice President of the Board of Directors. He has taken so much pain for all the community to make this place available for the Katina ceremony. And it's a tremendous effort and patience he put forward, and we should really appreciate his presence, energy, and time. And welcome Disa Mahatma for the event. And all the board members, I will not go through the list of names to save the time, and the community. All of you are welcome in this place. Those who are joining via Zoom and Facebook Live, you are all welcome. And highly esteemed Bhante Mudita Nayaka Hamduro is joining also via Zoom. Bhante has been the founder of the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara. Without him, none of these would have happened. So last but not least, Bhante Mudita Nayaka Hamduro is very welcome via Zoom. So thank you very much, and I will.
After the welcome speech, the GLBV history goes back to 1996, and that was when the group of Sri Lankan friends got together and initiated to build a place for their children to learn about the Lord Buddha and the teachings of the Buddha. After lots of considerations and much effort, they found the most venerable Bhante Mudita Nayaka Thera and invited him to come to Michigan to start a new temple. Housing the GLBV, the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara, at White House apartment, a small apartment in Southfield, and then moving into another bigger house which served the community for many years. As the Buddhist community grew up and the services expanded, it moved to the current Beach Road location. For past 23 years, we always had to look for bigger places to have our main annual events, such as Katina, Vesak, Sri Lankan New Year, and other special events. As the GLBV community grew up little by little, we always wanted to have a permanent, bigger place, but it was not possible. However, our all congregational members managed to build a solid temple and get the official zoning permit for Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara for the first time. One of our community members has observed this ongoing struggle for many years that GLBV and the congregation was facing in search of outside locations for having major gatherings. For the enormous merits and blessings of long-term spiritual services and activities of GLBV and its members, Dr. Upali and BV-Fonseka were extraordinarily fortunate to have the intention and the capability to donate a bigger community hall to our community. Even though they had so many other opportunities, as a noble habit they have been practicing in their samsaric journey, they wanted to donate a bigger temple along with a bigger community hall to the GLBV and to the Buddha Sasana. In the beginning of 2020, after lots of research, Upali himself found this magnificent church with a beautiful piece of land in Livonia. After purchasing this church, it was needed to convert into a Buddhist temple and renovate the major gathering area and the school section. When Dr. Upali informed me about his wish to donate a bigger community hall or a temple, I wanted to provide him with the necessary support to accomplish his goal. After communicating with Most Venerable Bhante Mudita, the founder of Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara, this is when I invited Dr. Hapuvita Disanayake, due to his previous experiences and expertise, to join the temple trustee board and take the lead in Upali's noble project, as it was a historical moment to GLBV. After a lot of dedication and planning, Dr. Upali and Dr. Disanayake initiated the construction project. In spite of the COVID-19 pandemic, they both have been able to reach the completion of the construction project. I cannot imagine the success of this project with this short period of time without Dr. Disanayake's tireless support to Dr. Upali. Now he has the skills and experiences to educate any temple on how to build temples. Now this church has become the BV-Fonseka Community Center. It has 3 sections: the shrine area where we are sitting here now, the community hall, and the school area. This 2 acres land has a parking lot which can accommodate about 160 cars. The entire construction project is estimated to exceed about $1.7 million. Since we did not want to lose the temple which all our congregational members built on Beach Road, Dr. Upali paid off the remaining mortgage balance, and today it stands as the monk's residence. As Dr. Upali initiated the construction project, he wanted to give opportunities to our community members also to join his noble project to sponsor different parts of it. After an initial announcement, we are grateful that the following items were donated by our congregational members: LED ceiling lights for the entire community center and the school section were donated by Dr. Champa and Mahindra Dasanayake family. This magnificent Buddha statue was donated by Sandipani and Tushara's Karunasekara family. The altar, the Mallasana, was donated by Megha and Pramod Nugalia family. The Dharmasana, the chair which will be used to deliver the Dhamma talks, is offered by the Sri Lankan Student Association of the Wayne State University. The Sandipida Pahana, the moved stone which lies in front of the stage, was donated by Tiny and Akalanta Patiratna family. The chairs for the community hall were donated by Anuma Jayalat and family. Meditation cushions for the shrine room, which you are all sitting on, were sponsored by Chandatilaka and Chandapal Leeraj family, Dilan Veerapon family, Prasani and Dilum Silva family, Chaturi and Asele Vandamistagi family. Other indoor equipments were donated by Rita and Banjoy Barua family, Nilanka Veeratunga, Victor Figura, Hopavita Disanayake, Anagi and Damnika Valipiti family. The CCTV camera system were donated by Anagi and Damnika Valipiti family. Outdoor equipment were donated by Chandini and Damnika Vijayasundara, Tony Singh, Manori Ratnayaka, Heidi, Hemali and Ravi Amurgundu family, Geetani and Ajit Jayasundara family. Sound equipment were donated by Nuvandi and Asiri Penipon family. The storage for the Atavisi Buddha statues was donated by Nandini and Vimal Jayapuri family. Socha Sabda Dadu Oti Yo Dadanti Upasya. It is a common saying in the teachings that by donating a temple, one donates everything to the Buddha Sasana. So, dear Upali and Kumudani, offering this magnificent temple, you have offered everything to the Buddha Sasana. Every day and always, you earn the merits of this rare and highly meritorious donation. As a community, we have no words to express our thanks and gratitude to you, but you will be the beneficiary of receiving the first portion of the merits that we accumulate within so many spiritual deeds that will be happening in this beautiful temple. I hope these merits will pave your way to the ultimate liberation, giving you the happiness, every comfort, good health, and the great success. May your departed beloved parents also rejoice in your powerful meritorious deeds. And finally, on behalf of our most venerable Brahmanagama Mudita Nayaka Thera, on behalf of the resident monks and the entire community, I say thank you so much for giving us a beautiful temple and community hall. In return, we promise you that we will use this spiritual home to always do the good work and provide noble service to the entire community. Though you are leaving us at Michigan soon, you belong here and you will always be in our prayers and blessings. Thank you very much. So now we have come to the official dedication of this land and the new temple. So that will be led by our most venerable Surat Purune Hemaratana Nayaka Hamguru. So this is the procedure to do that. So we have a white cloth here. That is what you are going to use to symbolize this entire property, entire land, because you cannot lick it and offer. So that is the symbol, right? So Bhante will lead you in doing that. So just Upali and Kumudani would not be able to hold it. So some people can join, holding the white cloth in front of the stage, and then Bhante will lead in offering that. And after that, we have a small ritual of pouring the water, the traditional ritual. So that is the symbol also, because of this offering, the nature, the water is the witness. So, Bhante Premratana will lead you in offering the temple.
Most venerable members of the Mahasangha and dear friends in the Dharma, this is a very historic moment to raise Buddhist Vihara, and not only that, this is a historic moment for the whole Buddhism in America, because today a piece of land from the United States are going to be offered to the Buddha Sasana. There are so many plots of lands on this earth has been offered to the Buddha Sasana, and today there will be one valuable piece is adding to that all pieces that has been offered on this earth to the Buddha Sasana. So it's a very, very historic moment. We don't get a chance to recite this formula, these words that we are going to recite now very often, because pieces of lands are not offered to the Buddha Sasana very often. It's a very rare opportunity for us to even to say this traditional formula that we recite when we offer a piece of land to the Buddha Sasana. And today is a very historic moment. I remember, the Detroit Buddhist Center was started in 1993, right? 97. In 1893 is the first World Parliament of Religions held in the US in Chicago in 1893. So all the representatives from different religions came to the United States, and that is the time that people in the US heard about teachings of the Buddha for the first time formally. Can you guess who was the representative from Buddhism to that World Parliament of Religion in 1893? Yes, it was Sri Lankan. It was Anagarika Dharmapala, and who became a monk later. And that was the starting point of Buddhism in the US. Today I'm so happy. So this is a very historic moment. From Sri Lankan community, another piece of land of this earth, of this United States, is going to be dedicated to the Buddha Sasana. So think about that. That's a great historic event. Let us now recite this traditional formula. Usually when you offer a piece of land or vihara or arama to the Buddha Sasana, you offer it as a common property. You don't offer it to individual monks. You offer it as a common property to the whole monks as Sangika. So even when a small cave is offered to the Buddha Sasana, and it was offered in such a way. And if you go to ancient caves, there the monks used to meditate in, even in Sri Lanka, in other places. On the top of the entrance of that caves, you find an interesting phrase, a term which is carved there. It says that Agata, Anagata, Chatubisa, Sagasa, Dine. There is a Sinhalized version or a maybe Prakritized version of Pali term. Agata means those who have come, Anagata means not have come, and all the monks, and from Chatubisa means 4 directions, all the monks who have come to this place, who have not yet come to this place, all the monks coming from all the 4 directions, and we are offering this to those whole community of monks. So we are going to recite the original Pali verses for that. So the meaning is that in this arama and this vihara, this temple, we dedicate this temple to the monks from 4 directions, who has come from 4 directions, who will come in future from 4 directions. So this is a common property, an open place for any monks for all the Sangha. So with that meaning, let us now recite. As I told you earlier, it's a very rare opportunity even to recite these verses for us. And today we all are so lucky. So now, put your palms together. Those others who are not holding the piece of white cloth. And this white cloth represents the whole land and the whole around. Let us now, with great respect and devotion to the Buddha, think that another piece of land from this earth is going to be dedicated to the Buddha. May this aram, may this temple be dedicated to the whole Sangha, who will come from 4 directions and who have already come, who have yet to come. With that wish, please repeat after me. Imang aramang agatasse anagatasse catuddhisasse sanghassa dema imang aramang agatasse anagatasse catuddhisasse sanghassa dema imang aramang agatasse anagatasse catuddhisasse sanghassa dema sadhu sadhu. One can fall. We will do our second ceremony now. This is the water ceremony. On the day that the Anathapindika, the most beloved lay disciple of the Buddha, when he offered the Jayatavana, the first abode for the monks, and it was offered using the water as a witness. So traditionally, whenever important thing is offered to the Buddha, offered to the Buddha Sasana, we use this ceremony. Even as small children, when we were offered to the Buddha Sasana, our parents did the same ceremony because it was a special gift for the Buddha Sasana. And today is also a special gift. Let us now do the ceremony. You can hold the water. Yeah, water the hands. Sabbhetyo vivanyantu sambarogo vinassatu mate bhavantantaraya sukhi digayuko bhavatu sambhamangalam rakhantu sambhadevata sambhuddham parine sada sunti bhavantu te sambhadhammanubhave sada sunti bhavantu te sambhasanghanubhave sada sunti bhavantu te ichitam patitam turiyam dipamiva samidhyatu Purinto jinta sankappa chandu vannarasiyatha.
So we all witnessed that very rare and very special ceremony of dedicating a new temple. Thank you very much. And now it is the time for Pali and Komodini to speak a few words to us. Please come.
Good morning, everyone. Upali and I are very happy to be here today, celebrating the dedication of the Fonseka Community Center to Buddha Sasana, and to participate in the first Katina ceremony at the center. We moved to Michigan almost 35 years ago as a young family. We felt welcomed by the Sri Lankan community and made many wonderful friends. We were very happy to raise our children with the support of this community. We worshiped together at the temple and enjoyed many shared cultural activities for which we are very grateful. We all know Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara helps the members of the Sri Lankan community. We recognize the need for a larger place for the community to gather, worship, and to conduct activities. Now, Upali will tell you the rest.
Kumudini and I thought about what we could do to help our community. Donating a building to the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara that can accommodate our community's need seemed most appropriate. We strongly believe in the idea of giving while living and are fortunate that we are in the position to do so. We are offering this property to the Buddha Sasana for the benefit of this community. It's a great pleasure to see the completion of this building renovation project. We would like to thank all the people who helped with this project. Especially want to mention the work of our Vihara Vice President, Dr. Apurita Tishanayaka. He worked very hard to get this project completed in time during this very challenging period. It is our sincere wish that the members of the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara will benefit from and make use of this center for many years to come. Thank you.
Now we have to present a special plaque of appreciation for you both. This is one more. Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara Fonseka Community Center, in sincere gratitude to Dr. Komodini and BV-Fonseka family for their generosity in the donation of this entire property to Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara, November 8, 2020. Thank you very much again. I can imagine how this ceremony would have been a grand opening ceremony if the situation was desirable. So we all know the challenge now. We all are facing. We are celebrating and having this great, rare temple opening ceremony and the very first Katina ceremony in the new temple. And now, on behalf of our entire congregation, Dr. Hapavita Disanayaka, our Vice President, will have a few words.
Thank you for giving me a few minutes to talk, 2 minutes. Most Venerable Brahmanagama Mudita Thera, although he is not here, now he has joined the Zoom, now he is watching everything. Venerable Mahasangha, Fonseka family, dear friends, it is my pleasure to be here as a part of this meritorious event. We have a beautiful temple in Southfield. There is a beach road, but it is not a place for larger gatherings. Upali and Komuduni, they are so generous, they decided to offer a larger place to Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara and the community. This property has 3 sections. Shrine hall, there is Buddha gate, this one, and basement. Community hall and school or daycare center, daycare section. Shining room, daycare area. Entire building is about 12,000 square feet. Community hall can hold nearly 300 people. He added a beautiful stage to the community hall as a part of the remodeling work. Parking lot can accommodate about 160 cars. The Fonseka family has spent about, they have planned to spend about 1.7 million US dollars, that is about 1,700,000 US dollars on this project. In addition, we had a mortgage balance for Southfield Temple. He brought the balance to $0. I believe we all feel we are so happy to have this family in our community. So, my duty is to convey our sincere gratitude to the Fonseka family on behalf of Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara Board of Trustees and the community. Thank you, Kumduni and Upali. I take this opportunity to pay our great respect to Venerable Sankitja, Thera and resident monks for continuing all the services during this COVID-19 pandemic, including this Katina ceremony at this time. I also thankful for Most Venerable Dhammananda Thera for being here today, and also Most Venerable Penaratana Thera and Nityananda Thera from Pittsburgh. As we all know, the three families, Palita Namal and Pramod, sponsored this Katina ceremony this year. They came forward and took this challenge with risk. Thank you for sponsoring the Katina. Thank you all for your time. Utsarna.
So now we all have come to a very special part of our temple dedication ceremony. So now our special invitation with respect goes to our most venerable Brahmanagama Mudita Nayaka Thera. He's the one who is most happy about this occasion today. And this is also one of his dreams coming true. So he has a few words to share and share the merits with all of you. So I invite our Dhamma teacher, your great Kalyana Mitra, Mudita Nayaka Thera, to share the merits. He's joining us from Sri Lanka via Zoom. So let's give a minute to settle the technology.
Are you hear me? So, Venerable Mahasangha, dear friends in Dhamma. So, in this very, very happy moment, I'm joining with you via Zoom technology. So, I have to be thankful to all of you organizing this wonderful and grand ceremony. Especially my thanks go to Upali and Kumudini. They have been our friends from the beginning of Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara. When we started it in the Whitehall apartment, the very first day when we had the ceremony, they were there. From that day, they have been doing a lot. They are with us, and today, I think this is the culmination of they are participating in our temple activities. So they paid a big money for buying this land and the building, and they helped to undo the mortgage in our old place. And may all the blessings and thanks go to them, and especially Disha and the board. With the COVID-19 threat, Disha led the people and the board to get the work done. And we all actually are highly successful receiving this kind of big donation and the big work. මම සිංහලෙන් වචනයක් කියනවා ලංකාවේ ඉඳන් කතා කරන නිසා ඔබ හැම දිනාටම තුනුරුවන් සරණයි විශේෂයෙන් උපාලි මහත්මයා කුමුදුනි නෝනා ඒ පවුලේ ඔක්කොම දෙනා හැමදාමත් අපේ හොඳ දායකයෝ හොඳම මිත්‍රයෝ ඉතින් ඔබ ලෝකේටම අපේ ග්‍රේට් ලේක්ස් බෞද්ධ විහාරේ විතරක් නෙමෙයි මුළු ලෝකේටම මේ කරපු පූජාව සංග්‍රහය දීර්ඝ කාලයක් පවතිනවා. හැමදාම පින් ලැබෙනවා. ඉතින් දිසා මහත්මයාටත් අපේ හාමුදුරුවරුන්ටත් ඔය සම්බන්ධ වෙච්ච දායක දායිකාවන් සෑම දිනාටම තුනුරුවන් සරණයි.
For sharing these blessings with all of us in this very significant moment. So now, this is the end of the official temple. This is the end of ceremony. And now we have to start the second part of the program, which is our annual Katina ceremony. So 3 months ago, 4 families came forward on behalf of our entire Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara community. Nita and Pal, the Nyanguru family with their 2 daughters, Bihangi and Hitma. Anand Jinasena and family from Connecticut, Nita's beloved brother. And Benuri and Namal Kumar and family with their daughter Mothu. And Menu and Pramod Nugalia, the family, along with Sonilama and their sister and brother. They invited the venerable monks, the resident monks, Bhante Kusalanyana, Bhante Sarananda, and Bhante Dhammaratana, to observe the Vasthana retreat at the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara. And since then, they have been taking care of the venerable monks throughout the 3 months rainy season retreat, and they took very good care of the venerable monks. And the resident monks who observed the Vasthana retreat conducted all the weekly and monthly spiritual and religious activities at the Vihara, and many people who joined from the temple Facebook and so on. And after the 3 months period, after the completion of rainy seasonal retreat, as a tradition, the devotees get together and organize a Katina ceremony to offer the special Katina Chivar, Katina Rom, in the appreciation of the monks observing of the 3 months rainy seasonal retreat and all their spiritual services to the community. And during that time, not only the key sponsors, but all our congregational members, in spite of this COVID-19 pandemic, they found the time to offer the dana to the venerable monks, sending dana goods and other requisites in the mail. So we are so grateful as the resident monks for all of you for taking care of the monks and the temple. Without your support, without your care, we would not have been able to provide our services and keep up the good work at the temple. So now it is the time for us to offer the Buddha Puja as the first item of the Katina ceremony that we all have prepared with great respect to the Lord Buddha. We have placed all these puja items in front of the new Buddha statue in this new temple. The candles, incense, flowers, and all other food items to offer to the Lord Buddha. So let's recite all the gathas together now to offer the Buddha Puja. So Bhante Dhammaratana will lead us in the Buddha Puja.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vijjācarana sampammo sughato lokavito Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattha deva manussanam buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko ehipassiko opanayiko pacchattam veditambo vinyohiti Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ujjopatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Samichi patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yatidam chattari purisa yudhani Atta purisa pungala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Amuneyo pamuneyo dakhine anjali karaniyo anuttarang punyak hetang lokasungsati vandami cetiyang sambang Sampadhane suphatitthitang Saririka dhatu mahabodhim Buddha rupang sakalam sada Yassa mule nisinno Sambhari vijayang akha Patto sambhang yutang sattha Vande tang bodhipadapang Ime te mahabodhi Lokanatena pujita Aham pite namassami Bodhiraja Namakute Ghanasarappaditthena Dithena Tamadansina Tilokadipang Sambuddham Pujayami Tamonodam Gangda Sambharayuttena Dopena Ham Sugandina Pujaye Pujaniyam Tam Puja Bhajana Muttamam Vangaganda Guno Petam Etang Kusuma Santati Pujayami Munim Dasa Siripada saroru Pujemi buddham kosumena nena punyena me nacha hotu Puppang midayati yata idhammi kayo tatayati vinasabha sugandham setalam kaphang pasanna madhuram පානීයමේතං භගවා පතිගන්හාතු මුත්ත අධිවාසේතුනෝ භන්තේ භෝජනං උපනා අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු මුත්ත අධිවාසේතුනෝ භන්තේ සම්භං සද්ධාය පූජි අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු මුත්ත ඉමාය බුද්ධ පූජාය කතාය සුද්ධ චේත චිරං තිද්ධතු සද්ධම්මෝ ලෝකෝ හෝතු සුඛී ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමා සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්ති කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන අමාදේන මයාපතං අච්ඡයං කමවේ භන්තේ බෝරිපඤ්ඤ තථාග අච්ඡයං කමවේ ධම්ම සංදෙට්ඨික අකාලික අච්ඡයං කමවේ සංඝ සුපටිපන්න අනුත්තර සාධෝ සාධෝ සාධෝ
So now it is the time to offer the Katina law and especially prepare dana along with Atapirikara and other puja items along with the Katina Kaproka. For that, I will invite my brother monk, Bante Balangwada Mettananda Amduro. He's also is gifted with a beautiful chanting voice. He sometimes invites me also to chanting online. So let's listen to him. He will lead you in offering the Katina Chivara and the Dhamma.
Okay, first we should observe 5 precepts with 3 figures. So we recite salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato namaskare. Please repeat after me. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Panatipata virmani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adinādāna virmani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Kāmesu miccācārā virmani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musāvādā virmani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Surameraya majjapama daṭṭhāna virmani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Itaranena saddhiṃ pañca sīlaṃ dhammaṃ sādhukaṃ surakkitaṃ katvā appamādena sampādiyate. Venerable members of Mahasangha, dear friends in the Dhamma, 3 months ago, I think, 3 families invited the monks who lived in Great Lake Buddhist Vihara, the 3 young monks, to spend this coming 3 months training season in this Vihara, and also all of you
took that responsibility to take care of them within these 3 months. As that responsibility, we know that you took care of these 3 young monks, and also we saw that, especially all the 3 monks are very young, Bhante Kusala, Bhante Saranand, and Bhante Dhammaratana. We saw that what they should do as monks who determined to spend the 3 months in a particular place, but as monks, they have to do. One thing, the most important thing is, as monks who observe this disciplinary rule to stay rain retreat, rainy season in a particular place, what we have to do is to practice our spiritual practices, what Buddha has told to us. Other times also we do those practices, but these 3 months are very useful and more important period for Buddhist monks to practice our practices for our own spiritual development. Meanwhile, other thing is to advise you as the lay people, devotees, for your spiritual development too. So that is why I said that we saw that although this challenging period is ongoing, you used to come to the temple, and also all these Bhantes use this technology via Zoom or YouTube. They conducted many programs, Dhamma discussions, Dhamma talking, and meditation programs, and so on. So they did their job, and also you did your job. Now we have come to the end of this rainy season. So this is the symbol of finishing this rainy retreat. So offering this Katina Chivara. Chivara, the robe, we have all the monks are wearing the robe. That is called commonly we use in Pali. It is the term Chivara. There's an adjective, special adjective we call Katina. There's literally it means something else, but we use in our tradition, we used to use this term Katina to specialize this Chivara, this robe. So now it is time, now we have prepared this Chivara, this Katina Chivara, to offer all the monks. As now, short while ago, we saw that how you dedicated, how you offered this Arama to the Mahasangha. The same way now you are going to offer this special Katina Chivara to all community of Mahasangha, not only to a particular monk that you wish, maybe to Bhante Sarananda or Bhante. This is that special robe I mentioned that it is called Katina. The special adjective we use to specialize this Jivara. It's only one, no other Katina Jivaras, no more Katina Jivaras, it's only one. So, but there are some other peripherals, other robes, or other peripherals, and so on. So first, you can offer the other Jivaras, other robes that you prepare to offer the Sangha who decided to spend this rain retreat in that vihara. So it's time to offer the other Tirikara to Mahasangha. Then later we can follow our formal way to offer the Katina Jivara to the Mahasangha. Vastavasika Paristara. Now you can offer him. Now it is time to offer the Katina to Mahasanga. So all of you can hold the achiever and now you are going to chant a Pali sentence, which means that this Katina achiever is offered to the whole community of Mahasanga. Following me, repeating me, you can chant. Repeat after me. Imang Katina Chivarang Bhikkhu Sangasa Dema Imang Katina Chivarang Bhikkhu Sangasa Dema Imang Katina Chivarang Bhikkhu Sangasa Dema. Okay, all you can do. Now, when you chant that formula, that traditional custom, that Pali sentence, all the items that you prepare with great respect, all the food items and the Atapidikra and other Parishkara and also this Paprukan, all these items are offered to the Mahasangha. So you can say sadhu 3 times to win all these offers. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So now, after the dedication of Katina and all other peripherals, including the Sangha, we have come to the special part of this Katina ceremony, which is the special and main Dhamma talk. So as usual, I invite our most venerable Dr. Suratul Premaratna Nayaka Hamguru, the abbot of the Pittsburgh Buddhist Center, to deliver the special Dhamma talk. So before that, we had to kind of open the Dhammasana, the special chair that we use to give Dhamma talks. So from today, we will be using this special chair. Like it is just like a Singhasana, right? So today it is offered by our Sri Lankan Student Association of Wayne State University. So representing that community, this Sri Lankan Student Association of Wayne State University, a couple of our brothers are here to offer the Dharmasana to Mahasangha, and our most venerable Premaratna Nayaka Hamguru will be giving this special Dhamma talk using and sitting on this special Dharmasana today. So please come and offer the Dharmasana.
most venerable members of the Mahasangha, and a special tribute to most venerable Brahmanagama Mudita Mahathero and dear friends in the Dhamma. And we are all here today. I feel so glad that finally we are in our own place. We used to gather every year in different places, and I remember how we all went to all gathered in International Center, and sometimes you have to change the date based on the availability of the hall, and one year we also changed to another hall. I feel so glad that finally we are all here in our own place. So much gratitude to our Fonseka families for making this possible for our community. And so today is the first Katina ceremony in this new place. So 3 families who have sponsored this Katina ceremony just offered this special piece, a special role to honor, to show their gratitude, and also to mark the culmination of this rain retreat. So this is the time that we can reflect. That this is a moment that we are using our human life in the best way. We are putting our life into the best use at this moment. And think about that. We can use our human life, we can use our body, we can use our speech, we can use our mind for different purposes. It's just like this flower. Any item can be put into many types of uses. If you think about the flower that is, that we can see here, and what we can do with the flower, we can do so many things with flowers.
We can't hear.
Can anyone hear the talk?
Yeah, we can't hear.
No, we can't.
Cannot hear. Microphone is muted, I think.
All these other uses are possible, but what will be the best use of an acorn? It is actually to provide the condition for that acorn to grow into an oak tree. Then it can manifest, it can benefit so many other beings as a tree. So when you think about it in that way, what would be the best use of our human life? Just like we can use a flower and an acorn for so many purposes, we can use our human life for so many purposes. We can use our human life to develop a career. We can use our human life to earn a reputation, a status, or maybe power. But those are all possible uses. But what would be the best use of this human life? The best use of our human life, the best use would be to use this human ability, our intelligence, this conducive in human life, to evolve ourselves from our own defilements, to evolve ourselves from all of our kilesas, weaknesses, and to understand the true potentials in our human mind, potentials to become awakened, potentials to become spiritually awakened, and to transcend our putujjana state, So the Buddha taught us, as human beings, we got the best opportunity among all types of beings to evolve ourselves from the Puthujjana state. And Puthujjana is a special term that the Buddha used to refer to ordinary human beings who may not have exposed to the deep wisdom. And Puthujjana is a person who will always, deal with their life with not with much of attention, not much reflection. And a Puthujjana person is very good at transforming any event into a moment of suffering. Puthujjana person can use their wealth to create more suffering to themselves and their relationship to create more suffering. So that is the nature of Puthujjana. And most of us in our own life also, we may also use most of our conditions, most of our interactions with others and moments with others as a moments that eventually produce suffering and eventually produce more defilements, eventually produce more bondage in our life. That is the Puthujjana state. The Buddha asks us that we don't need to stay in that state all the time. Sometimes we use the term Puthujjana as an excuse, saying that we are Puthujjana. But that is not the Buddha's advice. If you remain the Puthujjana all the time, and that is not following the Buddha's advice. The Buddha really wanted us to use this human life to go beyond the ordinary ignorant nature. The ordinary state that we are always victims to our own defilements. We are always victims to our own habitual patterns most of the time. But we also have a potential ability to go beyond them. We don't have to follow our habitual patterns. We don't have to always follow the urge coming inside in our mind. We can see them. We can use our mindfulness and see them and transcend ourselves from those weaknesses. And that is how we can put our human life into the best use. So the Buddha has taught us there are different types of defilements. Let's say them as weaknesses, what we call kilesa. And recognizing them is very important. If you recognize at least few important weaknesses in our human life, if we can pay attention to that, then we can gradually move beyond them. And then that will be the best use of our human life. I'll give you a few examples. One important human weaknesses in our human mind, one kilesa, would be our need always to highlight ourselves. Our need to highlight ourselves, our need to be appreciated, our need to be praised, our need to be approved by others. That will be one important weaknesses, kilesa that we have. This is very common. I'm not saying that this is bad, but our constant need of approval, our constant need to be highlighted is going to create so much suffering to us. Going to create so much, sometimes even propel us and motivate us to do so many unwholesome bad deeds also, as a result creating a lot of bad karma. So think about that. That will be one weakness that we can use this human life, we can use our human intelligence and human mind, our human brain to look into that and see that. Whenever we are talking to someone, when you're in a conversations, remember that need, that one weakness that we feel like we need to be highlighted. I need to bring myself to the prominence. And that is common for all human beings, but that is creating so much suffering. So we can watch, whenever you are talking to someone, you can watch whether some person is talking about a car, whether you feel like talking about your own car. And someone is talking about, the difficulty in their work, and you don't wait until that person finished their complaints or suffering. You want to say your suffering. Definitely we want to share among each other, but we have this strong need not to listen to others, but very quickly to bring ourselves to the discussion and be highlighted, wanted to be highlighted. And that's one important weakness that we all have as disciples of the Buddha. We can reflect, we can see it, we can catch it when we have that, and notice it, and do not need to follow that urge. Do not need to follow that habitual patterns. More we follow it, more we make those patterns strong. We need to go beyond that. So remember that, and do not need to follow that, and think very mindfully and wisely. And my best use of human life is not to grow this ego, not to feed this ego, but gradually transcend this ego. Think about that. Today, I'm so happy to hear this, our Fonseka family, though they have made this significant contribution. I haven't heard them speaking before this. This is the first time I heard their voice. And although they have done such a big contribution, they always want to stay behind. And that is a sign of human evolution, according to the Buddha. And that's the real evolution we can have. So I mean, these things can occur in us in so many occasions. We need to think about that. Now I will highlight another weakness that we usually have. Whenever we like something, we only see the positive aspect of the thing or the person that we like. That is one other very common weakness, the defilement. If you like something or someone, you only see the positive aspects of that something or someone. And then we are blind to the other aspect of it. We purposely ignore the other aspect of it. So whenever you feel like something, remember that. Be mindful about that. Purposefully try to see the other side of it. You may need some effort to do that, but try to do it. You can do it in terms of people, you can do it in terms of things. The other one is whenever we dislike something for some reason, whenever you don't like something, we only see the negative aspects of that thing or the person. We don't see even a slight little positive aspect of that thing or person. So whether you feel like you don't like someone, remember, that is a biased picture. There will be certain things, patterns or habits that you don't like about that person, but there are so many other things in that person. We need some effort to go beyond our habitual, normal way of seeing that person. And even a thing, if you like something, maybe a product, maybe an instrument, maybe whatever thing, and you only see the positive things, you don't see the other one. And if you don't like, the opposite one happens. So remembering these normal weaknesses is very important, because if you are remembering that, you can see those weaknesses coming, you don't have to feed it. So if you like someone, don't be blind, try to see the overall picture. That doesn't mean that you're going to dislike that person. You will simply develop a deeper, more comprehensive understanding of that person. Buddha called this ability parinya, knowing comprehensively. And if you don't like someone, maybe even some well-known people in this country, if you don't like someone, don't limit yourself to that initial impression. Try to understand that person's little comprehensively. Try to see at least what are the other good aspects of that person. And we need to do it all the time. Otherwise, we will have a biased picture of this world, of these people in the world, and we will always be in the Putujana state. So the best use of our human life is to use the teachings of the Buddha, and use the wisdom of the Buddha, and use our mindfulness, and grow beyond our human weaknesses, our partial, our biased understanding of the world. So I hope that just like the best use of an acorn is to let it grow to a tree, the best use of this human life is to let it grow beyond the Putujana level. We'll grow beyond our weaknesses and habitual patterns. I hope that you will have that determination, and that will be a good a lesson, a message that you can remember on this first Katina ceremony in these new premises. So we are so thankful to the three families who sponsored this Katina ceremony. Bante, can you say the names of these three families?
Actually, we have four families.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Nita and Pal the family, Anand Jinasena and family, Gregory and Nama Kumari family, and Menuka and Pramod Nudaliya family.
Yes. So we are so grateful to those families, and you will remember this Katina ceremony for the rest of your life. And as the first Katina ceremony in this new premises, and it's a life, I mean, it's a income, a meritorious state that you remember for the rest of your life. So, and at this moment, let us gratefully remember Bhante Brahmanaga Mamadita Mahathera, who made all this possible for us. Usually, this is also the time that we meet so many our brother monks, and we usually come to the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara as we are coming to our ancestral home. Today also we came to a new home. We missed our Bhante Mudita Mahathera and all other brother monks, but we hope that in near future, all of our brother monks, all of our monks community will be able to gather in this new place. We have more space to do more programs. So we will make the best use of this place. So Fonseka, I would like to say to Fonseka family, as monks of this Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara, we are also the part of the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara, our ancestral home. So we will put this place into the best use to benefit so many people, so many beings, to understand their own weaknesses and grow beyond their weaknesses, and they develop more freedom, more happiness to their life. So there are so many people in this world who need this teaching, who need these techniques, who are seeking help. So this place would be for those people, not only for Sri Lankan community, but also for other people. So with that message, I would like to conclude, and let us make an aspiration and resolution that let us put our human life to the best use. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bhante, for a wonderful Dhamma talk. So now, this is the time for all of you to get up and offer the Pirikaras to Mahasangha. So please be active since we have a very short time. So we have many of our Dhamma friends sponsored Atta Pirikaras and robes to offer the Mahasangha on this Katina day. So as I go through the list, you all can come forward and offer the Atta Pirikaras and robes to Mahasangha on the stage. So please go and get your Pirikara. If you sponsor Atta Pirikara, if you are here, please go and get your Atta Pirikara and offer to Mahasangha. So now please start. Please go ahead and get Atta Pirikara and other robes, along with the special Pirikaras of the key sponsors. Please offer them now, the Mahasangha. So these are the names who sponsored Atta Pirikaras online. Nama Jayatista to convey merits to Nama's late brother Jagat Kumara and venerates the late father B.G. Ratnapal. J. Jayatista to Rajita Disanayaka to convey merits and wish to claim bliss of Nibbana to late Mr. James Ray Aerosmith or Jim. Sarupa Samara Divakara, Malini Jayavardhana, Harshini Sevwandi Gunasinghe to convey merits and wish supreme bliss of Nibbana to late Mrs. Prabhavati Ratnasuri, a grandmother, Danish and Savati Vijayakulaka, Chandasuri Jayapuri, and family offering two Atta Pirikaras along with one special wish-free donation of a washing machine to the use of the resident monks. Navoda Jayapuri Arachi to give blessings for her parents and family members, Chandrayani Sebastian, Dinesh Amara Singh, Richard Smith, Dinesh Omata, Eranta and Jinani Patabendi, Noel and Renika Vijay Singh, Sahan and Sahas Tihalara Veera, Charit Alvitigalan, Inosha Gomez to bless the entire world to recover from the pandemic. Chaturika and Asela to convey merits to Chaturika's dad, Mr. K.G. Gunasena, who passed away last year. Dhammika Vijay Sundara and Chandani, Lasanthi Samar Vikrama to convey various to late Father S.M.P. Cicera Dasa and loving mother G. Jayasundara, Raj Kamala Singha, Nilanka Sri Kapuge, Isuri Veeratna to bless the newborn baby, the stillbirth in memory of his beloved father Lorraine, Nadisha Vimalamira to give blessings to the parents and family members and convey marriage to late Mr. Priyankara Ratna. And two robes are offered by Anura and Devika Devagar. And please be seated to transfer the names. And now, after offering all these special pericles, and other requisites to the Mahasangha, let's share all these merits now with all our departed family members. So please remember, from last night to this moment, we have accumulated so much merit, spiritual thoughts within our hearts and minds, observing precepts, listening to the beautiful chanting, offering the Buddha Puja, listening to special Dhamma talks, and on top of all that, offering a Katina Chivara and offering a beautiful temple, a special temple and a community center to the Buddha Sasana. All these merits be with our departed family members, and may they rejoice in these spiritual blessings and merits, and may they be happy and comfortable in their samsaric journey, and finally may they attain the supreme happiness of Nibbana. So with all these grateful thoughts, let's transfer the merits. අපි හැම ආයතනයකම සිදු කරගත් මේ සියුම්ින් සියලු ඥාතීන්ට අනුමෝදන් කරමු. ඉදම්මේ ඥාතීනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හුන්තු ඥාතයෝ. ඉදම්මේ ඥාතීනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හුන්තු ඥාතයෝ. ඉදම්මේ ඥාතීනං හෝතු සුඛිතා And also let's share all these merits with all celestial beings and devas. May they rejoice in all these meritorious thoughts and blessings, and may they protect us, guide us with their divine protection. අපි සියලු දෙවියන්ට පින් අනුමෝදන් කරමු. මේ සියලු ආකාරයෙන් සිදු කරගත් සියලු පින් අපගේ දෙවි දේවතාවුන් මේ විහාරස්ථානයේ අපි ගෘහීත වන සියලු සම්මිය දෘෂ්ටික දෙවියන් මේ පින් අනුමෝදන්ව උතුම් සැපතටපත් නිවන් සුවයෙන් සැනසෙත්වා කියන සිතින් දෙවියන් වෙනවා. ඉත්තාවතාචලම්හි සම්පතං පුඤ්ඤ සම්පදං සබ්බේ දේවා අනුමෝදන්තු සබ්බ සම්පත්ති සිද්ධියා. ඉත්තාවතාචලම්හි සම්පතං Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiya. Ittavata charamni samvatam punya samvaram. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiya. අවසාන වශයෙන් අපි ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා මේ සිදු කරගත් මේ සියලු පින්වල අනන්ත වූ ආශිර්වාදයෙන් තුනුරන් සර්වනන්ත ගුණ බලයේ ආශිර්වාදයෙන් සියලු දෙවියන්ගේ රැකවරණයෙන් මේ වර්ෂයේ කටින ජීවන පූජෝත්සවයේ සඳහා ප්‍රධාන දායකත්වයේ දැරූ මේ පවුල් හතරේ පින්තුන් හැම දෙනාටමත් මේ නව විහාරස්ථානයේ සම්සප්පකොට මහා සංඝරත්නයේට බුද්ධ ශාසනයේ ග්‍රේට් ලේක්ස් බෞද්ධ විහාරස්ථානයේ පූජා කළ Upali Fonseka and Mudani Fonseka Yuval ඇතුළු පවුලේ පින්තුන්ට මේ අවස්ථාවට මේ ස්ථානයේ සහ අන්තර්ජාලය ඔස්සේ අප සම්බන්ධ වෙන සෑම සියලු දෙනාටම සියලු යහපත උදා වේවා. නිදුක් නිරෝගීව දීර්ඝායුෂ ලැබේවා. කාය චිත්ත පීඩාදී උපද්‍රවයක් නොවේ. විශේෂයෙන් මේ ගත කරන මේ අවධානම කාල සීමාව තුළ හැම දිනකටම නිරෝගී සැපතම සිද්ධ වේවා. සියලු ආරක්ෂා සැලසේවා. මේ ලබාගත් වටිනා මනුස්ස ජීවිතේ ඇති කරගන්න යුතු සියලු ලෞකික මෙන්ම ලෝකෝත්තර ආධ්‍යාත්මික දියුණුව ඇති කර ගැනීම සඳහා අවශ්‍ය කරන සියලු ශක්තිය ධෛර්ය වාසනාව සිහිනුවන කල්යාණ මිත්‍ර සේවනය හැම දිනකටම ජීවිතවල සම්පූර්ණ වෙලා මේ ජීවිතත් වාසනාවන්ත සංසාර ගමනක් පින්බරද උතුම් නිවන් සුවයෙන් සැනසීම සඳහා මේ කුසල පාරමී නාමී කුසල වශයෙන් පවතිවා සාදු කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. එහෙමනම් දැන් අවසාන වශයෙන් ඔබ දායකයන්ගේ මහා සංඝරත්නයේ පූජා කර මේ කටින සිරුර පැවරීමේ විනය කර්මය මේ ස්ථානයේදී මහා සංඝරත්නය සිදු කරනවා. කවුරු ඒක සම්බන්ධ වෙන්නේ. So now it is the time to dedicate this special cutting off to a particular monk. So that is a special disciplinary act performed by the Mahasangha who can live here. So please witness that now.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sunatu me bhante sangho idam sangatsa katina jivaram uppannam yadi sangatsa patsa kallam sangho imam katina jivaram Dhammaratnatsa bhikkhuno dadiye katinam attaritum esanyanti. Sunatu me bhante sangho idam sangatsa katina jivaram uppannam Sangho imam katina jivaram Dhamma ratnatsa bhikkhuno deti katinam attaritum. Yasmato kamati imansa katina jivaramsa Dhamma ratnatsa bhikkhuno dhanam katinam attaritum. Sotun hamse yamsa nakamati sopase. Innam idam sanghirine katina jivaram
Dhamma Ratnasya Bhikkhuno Patinam Asantayetum Kamati Sangam Setasmatunhi Evametam Dharayami Akasattha Charummata Devanaga Mahindrika Punyantam Anumoditva Chiram Rakhantu Sasanam Akasattha Charummata Devanaga Mahindrika Punyantam Anumoditva Chiram Rakhantu Desanam Akasattha Charummata Devanaga Mahindrika Punyantam Anumoditva Chiram Rakhantu
Okay, so I hope everybody heard who was the recipient, the most luckiest monk to receive this special Katina role as we performed the very first Katina Chiva offering Pinkerton ceremony at the new temple. That was other Bante Alupata Dhammaratana. So he received the Katina Chiva. So now it is the conclusion of the Katina ceremony, as the monks are going to receive the Dharma from this moment. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming over and for joining us online through Temple Facebook and all our friends from the zone. So we hope to continue all our spiritual activities at the temple as usual through online media. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you. So please continue. Now please stand up. Don't go to the basement. Go further down.
Breve.